Before you do anything else, find something you can hold on to: a wall, a chair back, a kitchen counter. In about a minute, you are going to take a short test. It takes 10 seconds, it costs nothing, and researchers studying longevity say it gives a surprisingly accurate picture of how your body is actually aging, more than many standard tests people get at a routine checkup. We are going to show you exactly how to do it safely. Then we will walk through what the published research says your result means. Stay with us on this one. Welcome to Purely Prime, where we go through the research so you do not have to. One thing before we start. After you take this test, drop your result in the comments, just the number of seconds. We read every single one, and your results genuinely shape what we cover next. Here's why something as simple as standing on one leg turns out to be such useful information. Balance isn't really one skill. When your body holds itself upright on a single leg, it's drawing on 4 separate systems at the same time, and all 4 of them are tied to how you are aging. The first is your vestibular system, the fluid-filled structures in your inner ear that track movement and orientation. Research in the Journal of Vestibular Research found that vestibular function declines at roughly 1% per year after age 60. The second is proprioception. This is the network of sensory receptors in your muscles and joints that tells your brain where your body is positioned without you having to look. A study in Age and Aging found that proprioceptive sensitivity drops noticeably after 60, and that the decline is faster in people with poor metabolic health. The third is neuromuscular speed, how quickly and accurately signals travel between your brain and your leg muscles. This reflects neurological conduction speed, which research ties closely to cognitive health and the pace of biological aging. The fourth is cerebellar function. Your cerebellum coordinates everything above and makes the constant small adjustments that keep you upright. It's one of the most consistent biological predictors of longevity in the research literature. When all 4 are working well, balance feels effortless. When any one of them is struggling, your balance score drops in a measurable, predictable way. That's the reason this test works. 10 seconds, 4 systems, 1 result. Here's how to do it. Stand near a wall or sturdy chair. Stay away from anything fragile and away from any stairs or steps. If you have an existing balance condition or a recent injury, please skip the test itself and just watch the rest of the video. You'll still get everything from the research. When you're ready, stand on a hard, flat surface. Hard floor works better for accuracy than carpet. Cross your arms over your chest. Do not hold them out to the sides. Lift one foot off the ground, bending that knee so your foot is slightly behind you. Fix your eyes on one point straight ahead at eye level. Do not look down at the floor. Start counting or use a timer on your phone. The goal is to hold that position for 10 seconds without putting your foot down, grabbing anything, or hopping. Go ahead and try it. We'll wait. How did it go? A study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine in 2022 followed 1,702 adults between the ages of 51 and 75 over 7 years. Participants took the same one-leg balance test you just tried. Adults who could not hold the position for 10 seconds had an 84% higher risk of dying from any cause over the following decade compared to those who could, even after accounting for age, sex, BMI, and existing health conditions. That's a significant finding from a 10-second test. Now, an important note on what that actually means. The inability to hold balance was a marker, not a direct cause. It indicated that several biological systems were declining at the same time in ways that raised overall health risk. The part worth focusing on is this. Every one of those systems can be improved with the right training. Balance responds to practice. Proprioception responds to practice. Neuromuscular speed improves with specific exercise. Even vestibular function can partially recover at any age. Here's a rough guide to interpreting your result. 10 seconds or more with eyes open, research suggests your balance systems are reasonably well maintained for your age group.
5 to 9 seconds suggests some decline in one or more systems. Improvement is very achievable with regular, targeted training. Under 5 seconds suggests more significant decline across multiple systems. This also means the most room for improvement and typically the fastest gains when training begins. Cannot lift the foot at all? Bring this up at your next healthcare appointment as a conversation starter. Do not try to self-diagnose. A separate study in PLOS-1 found that biological age as measured by balance tests diverged significantly from chronological age in people over 60. Some 75-year-olds scored like 55-year-olds. Some 60-year-olds scored like 80-year-olds. Chronological age is fixed. Biological age is not. There's a connection here that's directly relevant to purely prime viewers. Blood sugar and balance are more linked than most people realize. A study published in Diabetes Care found that adults with type 2 diabetes performed measurably worse on standardized balance tests than people of the same age without the condition, even when peripheral neuropathy was not a factor. Two mechanisms explain this. The first involves glycation. Chronically elevated blood sugar damages proteins throughout the body, including structures in the inner ear and the myelin sheath that insulates peripheral nerves. Damaged myelin conducts nerve signals more slowly. Slower signals means slower neuromuscular response. Slower response means a worse balance score. The second involves inflammation. The chronic low-grade inflammation that accompanies insulin resistance damages the nerve endings in the feet and ankles that feed balance information to the brain. This is why stable blood sugar matters well beyond cardiovascular risk and A1C numbers. It directly affects the neurological function that your balance score is measuring. Here's what the published research points to for improving balance scores in adults over 60. A study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that 12 weeks of targeted balance training significantly improved one-leg balance scores in adults aged 60 to 80. The people with the lowest starting scores showed the biggest gains. So if your result was lower than you hoped, that's actually where the most improvement happens fastest. 4 exercises the research supports. The daily balance hold. The same test you just took, practiced every day. Stand near a wall, one leg, arms crossed, eyes open. Hold as long as you can, 3 sets each leg. Research shows measurable improvement within 4 to 6 weeks of daily practice. Eyes closed balance hold. Once you can hold 10 seconds consistently, close your eyes. This removes visual compensation and forces your vestibular and proprioceptive systems to work harder. Research in gerontology found that eyes closed training produced greater vestibular improvements than eyes open training alone. Heel to toe walking. Walk in a straight line with each foot placed directly in front of the other, heel touching toe. 30 steps each morning. Research in Age and Aging found this reduced fall risk by 31% over 8 weeks. Single leg Romanian deadlift. Stand on one slightly bent leg. Hinge forward at the hip while lowering your opposite leg straight behind you. Return to standing. 10 repetitions each leg 3 times a week. No weights needed. Research in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research identified this as one of the most effective single exercises for balance improvement in older adults. One nutrition note. Research in nutrients found that magnesium deficiency is directly linked to neuromuscular transmission and lower balance scores. It's also very common in adults over 60. Good food sources of magnesium include spinach, pumpkin seeds, almonds, dark chocolate above 70%, black beans, and avocado. These also happen to support stable blood sugar, which circles back to everything above. Here's a simple starting plan pulled from the research. Today, take the test with a timer. Write down your exact seconds. That's your baseline. Starting tomorrow, daily balance holds near a wall, eyes open, 3 sets each leg. When you can hold 10 seconds consistently, move to eyes closed. Add 30 heel-to-toe steps each morning. It takes about 60 seconds. Include magnesium-rich foods daily where you can. In 30 days, retest under the same conditions, same floor, same setup. Compare your numbers. And share your starting result in the comments right now. Come back in 30 days and tell us how it changed. We track these results and they directly inform what we cover next. That's the full research picture on the 10-second balance test. 4 biological systems, 1 simple test, a clear baseline for your biological age, and a practical protocol you can start today without any equipment. Drop your result in the comments. If you tried it twice, tell us both numbers. If you know someone over 60 who has never heard of this test, send them this video. The research on biological age versus chronological age is some of the more encouraging work being done in longevity science right now. You have more control over how your body ages than most people are told. Subscribe to Purely Prime for research-backed health education every week. We'll see you in the next one.